last season. So a lot of the players that played at the Young Stars Classic in 2022 hadn't melded together, and they have had that experience earlier this year, back in July. So a lot of comfortability, some chemistry going. So I think you'll see a sharper Winnipeg Jets side this time around.
Yeah, it's a great event. I know the crowds, certainly when the Vancouver Canucks play, will be very strong here at the South Okanagan Event Center. And in this tournament, really becoming what is a rookie camp for all these teams. And you see these types of events all across the NHL.
Yeah, exciting time. If you like the prospects, which a lot of people do, you and I do.
Yes, we do.
It's an exciting time of year and a real build-up or a follow-up after the National Hockey League draft, after we've been paying attention to the youngsters for such a long time.
I find it interesting to see the players that have just been drafted, and if they're, in some cases 18, going into their 18-year-old season or their 19-year-old season if they're a later birthday, just making that jump up from junior college, that this level, it's going to be a little bit higher. And then it gets higher as it goes along. Once you get into main camp, then you get to the preseason, and for those that get to the regular season, it just seems like the screws tighten a little bit at every step.
This is the time for these guys to shine before main camp.
All right, well, to head downstairs as it is time for our national anthem, and our anthem singer is Evan Kuiper.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, with glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
We are ready to go here at the South Okanagan Event Center. The Edmonton Oilers, the Winnipeg Jets. This is Game 1. The Young Stars Classic here in Penticton. Look at the starting goaltenders for this afternoon. Dom DiVincentis, who's a 7th-round pick of the Jets in 23. Played with North Bay in the Ontario Hockey League. Down at the other end, Nathan Day, Oilers' 6th-round pick this past year. And he played with Flint in the Ontario Hockey League. So a couple of OHL goaltenders going head-to-head here this afternoon.
Always they're probably familiar with one another in their time in the O last year. And Dominic DiVincentis, as you said, 7th-round pick, Ontario Hockey League goaltender of the year last season. Jets thrilled about his development last season.
The referee, Taylor Berzminski, will drop the puck along with Alex Clark, also a referee here this afternoon. So great to have you on board wherever you are, taking in some hockey on a beautiful day in Penticton, and we are underway. Up the right wing, Chibrakov's able to dump it in. Quickly played out. Bauer can't get it in deep. Now able to push the puck off the netting. We get the first stoppage just 15 seconds in.
And hopefully those nerves out of the way for somebody like Colby Barlow, who's making his technical pro debut, will go back to Owen Sound, the attack this year in the Ontario Hockey League, and see if he can add those impressive totals that he put up last year with the Sound, or the attack.
Yeah, 46 goals last year, 30 goals the year before. Big-time goal scorer in the Ontario Hockey League. Played out to center. Knizev back into his own end. He's being pressured. Able to get that all the way out. Directed in by Ford. I guess not. Didn't touch it. That'll be icing.
I felt like he touched it.
I thought he did too.
But we're not here to criticize the officials. The first game of this tournament.
No.
No.
Jaden Grube getting set to take the draw against Brad Lambert. A couple of WHL grads there. Lambert finishing off with Seattle last year. Grube had 4 seasons in Red Deer. Akey. That up to Johnson. That's directed in. DiVincentis will rim that off the glass. That's going to go out of play. It's got to be tough for these guys, Jamie. You get one practice, you get one morning skate, and all right, let's play.
Yeah, for sure. And the Jets prospects came in the other day. They had 2 skates and a long travel day yesterday. So the legs might feel a little muddy to start here.
Fair to say. Puck just inside the Oilers zone. Played across through the slot, and that's chopped out by Tullio. Lundmark retreating his own end for the Jets. Can drop that off Kuzmin, across to Lundmark. Flip it in. Day had that hop over his stick. Puck gets into the corner, cleared out up the wing and out to center ice. Bauer back into his own zone. Played with the Moose last year. Before that, he was with the Seattle Thunderbirds. Get it out through center. Day steers aside that shot from Golder. Solid hit on the boards. Golder took a shot. Now he'll let one go. Day with the stop. He'll cover it. As Golder looking for a rebound to the front of the net, but a hard shot by Carson Golder.
Well, that play all starts with the physicality of Tyrell Bauer along the boards, and he actually hit his teammate Carson Golder, who shook that off, got up, got a quick shot off on Day. That first shot of the goal in this hockey game.
Nikkanen to settle into the face-off circle and wins that draw. Kept in by Bauer. Centering pass. That's just steered wide of the net. Nikkanen. Solid hit on the boards by Stonehouse. Comes back to Nikkanen. To the middle. Quick shot. Salamonson let that go. That one directed to the corner. Kept in. Warner with it behind his net for the Oilers. Just missed chase on as the Oilers able to make a change. 2.5 into a scoreless first. Turney will saucer pass through the middle. It gets picked off right, pushed back into the zone. Knizev get that across. Missed Turney with it. Maybe a break. Pass to the middle of that doesn't get through to right.
Good play from Knizev to break up that 2-on-1 rush from the Oilers.
Tied up just inside the line now right. The angle shot. Steven Sanchez got a piece of it. That'll rim out to center. Johnson to Akey through the middle. Didn't touch right, but it hit the stick lying on the ice. Right, able to roll it behind the net. Knizev into the corner. Gets rid of the pressure. Turney got it up the boards. That doesn't get out. Now turned up the right wing, and the puck cleared out. Torgerson got it just inside the Oiler blue line. Now brought out through the middle by Bourgault. Poked off his stick, and the first penalty of the game coming up. It's going to be a hook.
Yeah, it's Brad Lambert coming up through the middle of the ice, catching up to Xavier Bourgault, but gets the stick in the midriff. And there's the first penalty of the game. So we'll see the Oiler power play. That's a pretty easy call on that first penalty.
The morning skate today, they did do some power play stuff
Yeah.
real quickly. Here, you guys
You're
are on
here,
the power
you're
play,
here.
yes.
Yeah, and do this.
So it's, and that's what you would expect. It's something like this. Pretty basic, but put it together quickly. Akey to Petrov. Back to Akey. to the middle. Shoot that. That one off a stick, and that's a fly ball for DiVincentis. He'll hold on to that.
Torgerson and Meekinen are the penalty killers up front for the Jets here to start. They are changing right now, but those two have grown into a fair pair in terms of penalty killing at the American Hockey League level, the Manitoba Moose.
Berglund had it in his skates, or go trying to get to it, but that gets cleared out. Golder able to get it out to center. And Golder will get it down the rest of the way. Dale set it up for Akey. Bo Akey to drop that off. Now Petrov to Bourgault. Get it in behind the net. Off the skate of Berglund. Now it's Savoy to the corner. Savoy back to the point. Oh, just off of Akey's stick, it comes out. Saucered across to Berglund. Went past the stick. Salamonson couldn't get it out. It's kept in by Akey. Out of Petrov. To Akey. Back to Petrov. Played with North Bay in the Ontario Hockey League. Cross-ice saucer pass. Skips off the stick of Bourgault. Now he's got it. Bourgault, a couple of shot pass in front of the net by Petrov and redirected by Berglund just wide. Tullio to Akey will shoot it. That one comes wide in front of the net. That one blocked. That went off of Bauer. Back to the point for Akey. Cross to Tullio. Tullio will take it behind the net. Tullio played in Bakersfield last year after graduating from the Oshawa Generals of the Ontario Hockey League. Puck cleared out, penalty over in 8 seconds. Good penalty kill.
Absolutely. And Xavier Bourgault, I think, shaking his head going to the bench. He had the wide open net for a second and was taken away by the Jets penalty killers. That was dumped down the ice there by Danny Zilkin.
Puck rolled in, back to even strength. Tournier around to Barlow. Pressed up against the boards as it comes free, and Lucius will get it out to Lambert. To Lucius. Shoot it just wide. Tourney. Right into the corner. Brad Lambert got it out of the skates. A Warner. Knyzheb across to Tourney. Sail it off the boards. Trying to recover it. Sent up to the right wing, too near the point. Pinching down was Lambert for a moment. The puck cleared down into Winnipeg territory.
Lambert, Lucius, and Barlow, all first-round picks on that line there. Because of the penalty, Lambert coming out, so you got a good look at all three top picks there.
A lot of skill on the ice all at once. Noah Gansky to right. On a Sloan, got checked right at the blue line. Comes back to Gansky. To right, throw it in. DiVincentis to rim it. It gets knocked down by Sloan. Jets are able to roll out to center ice. Golder will dump it in. Takes a bit of a hit from Gansky. Gansky with room out of his own end. Now up to Sloan. Sloan, who played with Tri-Cities in the Western Hockey League, will dump that in. Salamonson. And all the way across to Golder, he'll dump it in. Turned up to Tullio. Got it to the Jets line, but that's it. Comes out to Johnson. Through the middle of Tullio. Dump it in. DiVincentis. Up the boards. Pressure by the Oilers, though. A little bit of room through the middle, so gets out through center. The blue line, Caron had stood up. Maybe an odd man rush here for Edmonton. A pass across for Petrov, just broken up.
Knyzheb getting caught there on the pinch there, Cam, and is bailed out by his teammates.
Yes. Didn't cost him. Didn't even get a shot on net. Borgo chases after it. Quick shot. That goes wide. Barlow got it to the line and out. Barlow takes a bump. Savoy almost able to take it away. Not quite. Borgo. Across the water, will drop it. Carter Savoy. Lucius to break it up. Flipped out. Chibbercroft takes a hit along the boards. Chibbercroft will get it around. Lambert to the point. Now Lundmark. Bumped by Warner. Get it to the middle. His shot wide of the net. Lambert. Back to the point. Now Lundmark. Glance off of Savoy. The puck cleared out by Bernard. Won't be hard enough for icing.
The Oilers had built up a lot of momentum following that power play, Cam, and then finally the Jets get some ozone time.
Tough to get shots through. Salamonson will fire it in. Ford shimmying in behind the net. Over to Lambert. He'll let it go. Saved by Day. Rebound. They jam away, and Day's able to cover that up. A little pushing. Yeah, well, that's going to fire up.
Yeah. Took a little bit.
Yep.
Right play there from Lambert. Get the puck to the net. Two bodies in front, and then the Jets almost score. Nice play and nice goaltending there from Day.
Yeah, Day had to battle to find that puck amongst the skates, the sticks.
All right, some nice puck movement from the Jets, and there's that quick shot from Lambert. He's got a great release, and there's Torgerson, who had his stick held up by Linden, could just not get to the loose puck. But the Jets, two good chances in front. Ford there as well, taking a pounding. We'll see how these penalties work themselves out.
Scoreless here in Penticton. We'll take a quick break.
All proceeds go to walking right in, stop shot. Connor shoot, stop, rebound, Horsey walking right in, stop.
Listen up, Manitoba. Ticket membership packages for the 2023-24 Manitoba Moose season are on sale now. Never miss a game with our full season package. Hit all the most exciting promo games of the year with a 12-game mini pack, or watch Moose hockey on your schedule with the 10-game flex pack. Don't miss your chance to make memories with the Manitoba Moose for the 2023-24 season. For more information, visit moosehockey.com/packages.
Well, you get a good look at Brad Lambert, at least the backside, standing with Parker Ford and Daniel Torgerson. So Brad Lambert started the year with the Manitoba Moose, got that American Hockey League experience, then went to the World Juniors, played with Finland, didn't exactly have a great tournament. So what the key part comes out of that, they sent him to Seattle with the Western Hockey League's Thunderbirds. He dominates down there, helps them get a Western Hockey League championship and a Memorial Cup final. So I think that helped him, playing with his peers, get that confidence back and show him that skill and that space that you need to work with it. It was all coming back to him in the Western Hockey League.
A great run with the Seattle Thunderbirds. Unfortunately, they came up short in that final game, but wow, what a season they had. WHL champions and a very deep team.
That Quebec Rempart team, just
you got to give them credit.
There's no room. But that Seattle Thunderbird team, I think, will be in the midst again here in 23-24.
Game still waiting for the first goal. Salamonson had it go off his leg, gets to Stonehouse and shot off the outside of the net. Stonehouse delivers a hit, gets up near the point, past Johnson and out. Golder after it. Golder's pass off a skate, clears the zone. Tierney sail it in. Akey able to chop it up the boards.
Akey takes a hit there from Zilkin, but still makes the play.
Savoy, shot just wide. Move through the middle to get that out to Levis on the right. Levis plays with the Kamloops Blazers in the WHL. Warner will wheel through center. Take a shot, the save. Steven Chentis with a blocker stop. Borgo. Sit him behind the net. We got a penalty coming up, though. Hooking call. And Edmonton's going back on the power play for the second time.
Looks like Henry Niekkonen had a great job. Did a great job in that first penalty kill for the Winnipeg Jets. So they'll lose a big centerman. He's very key in the face-off circles. So he gets the hooking call and a little bit of both. Looks like that Carter Savoy was holding on to the stick there as well. So
might have got away with one there.
I think we had the video evidence of that.
A glass malfunction down in the Oilers' end.
Look how quick they fixed that.
The staff here at the South Okanagan Event Center, they were right on it.
Didn't even have to show it. That's how quick they fixed it.
That's how quick it was. It's impressive. Matvey Petrov. Now to Akey. Akey, let it go. That one didn't get through. Blocked in front of the net. Cleared down the ice.
I think Bo Akey's not excited about the prospect of being the Oilers' power play quarterback one day with those, those guys known as Draisaitl and McDavid.
The power play wasn't bad last year.
Not at all.
No. The best ever.
Terrifying.
Yeah. And consistent.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like it went hot and cold and the puck gets cleared down the ice.
I still think that game in Winnipeg between the Jets and Oilers on Saturday night was one of the best games of the year.
That was a good game.
The Smythe Division days.
Yeah.
We're dating ourselves.
We totally have. That's okay. Minute 10 to go in the power play for Edmonton. Stonehouse will get it into the zone. Grube after it. Chase onto the corner. Tullio's trying to find the loose puck. Kept in, but cleared out and down the ice. Salamonson. Zilkin roll it back through the middle.
Salamonson had Zilkin on a breakaway there almost. Just had the puck go off a stick or else Zilkin was gone.
Zilkin couldn't get it out of the zone. Stonehouse to chase on his one-timer blocked. The puck cleared out.
Zilkin knows he got away with one there. Threw it right up the middle. The Oilers almost made him pay.
Max Warner, 7th round pick of the Oilers in 21. Lost it to Lambert. Lambert's going to take it back into his own end, kill some time. Knaizev just got it out. Now right to DeYoung. That's offside against the Oilers. Just 5 seconds to go in that power play for Edmonton. Again, the Jets, good job taking away shooting lanes.
Yeah, that part they're doing well. It's their breakouts and getting the puck out, and they're giving the puck away in the neutral zone. And Lambert almost got called again for hooking, but he thought about it quickly, got the stick out of there, no penalty.
Listen up, Manitoba.
Clear down. Day could set it back to even strength. Edmonton 0 for 2 on the power play here this afternoon. Puck directed into the Jet zone after it went off of right. DeYoung centering it. It gets into the slot. Back to the blue line. Johnson. The cross. Shot tipped in front of the net. DiVincentis had to get that away. Puck bounces in front of the goal, but cleared out.
Oilers almost taking the game to Winnipeg at this point.
Right. Roll it into the Jet zone. DeYoung on the forecheck. Puck to the side of the net. DeYoung to right. Back to Gansky. Get it down low to Sloan. Centering pass. Blocked. Lucius with the hit along the board, so he's the one that comes up with the puck. And Chaz Lucius up to the line. 3-on-2 break for the Jets. It's poked away. Savoy to Gansky. DiVincentis to set the Puck in behind the net. Doesn't get out. Bourgault, he'll let it go. Blocker save. DiVincentis, a good stop. Quick shot by Bourgault. Oilers got to tag up Chibrikov. Tourneau. Now to Lambert. Got it to the line. Bourgault able to get it out. Knizev. It's up through the middle to Lambert. Lost it just inside the Oiler end. Tourneau will shoot it back in.
Lambert thought he had a body with him on the right side, but it was Tourneau going back to his defensive position.
Puck cleared out off the boards down the ice. Parker Ford with a big hit there on the forecheck.
Parker Ford, the spotlight yesterday. In the,
I noticed on Jets Twitter he was trying out ketchup chips.
It's the Americans and the European players trying out ketchup chips.
Yeah, they
don't even know what they're missing.
Exactly.
Kit Kat, Aero Bar, Smarties, all not available in America.
That is true.
You had to think about that. You were fact checking me.
I was doing the list in my head, but I love that you're broadening the horizons of these young hockey players. Puck wrapped around, it gets into the slot area. Lambert, get that across. Torgerson just to the Edmonton blue line. That's it. Grube with it. Now to Warner. Through the middle, off the stick of Tullio. Petrov. Get a loose puck. Warner will let it go. Save made by DiVincentis. He's able to hold on to that as Max Warner came in from his point position to get a pretty good shot on net.
And if you're the Edmonton Oilers coaching staff, obviously the Bakerfield coaching staff, you're excited by that. You're seeing a young guy jump up in the play, seeing an opening, and getting that shot on goal, and DiVincentis gobbling that puck up, no rebound. Yeah.
Bernard, shot off a skate, goes wide. Linden in the corner for Edmonton, out of Stonehouse. He gets pinned. Bauer comes in for the Jets. Into the skates of Stonehouse. That gets pitchforked over to the corner. Try to jam this thing loose. Tough play along the boards inside the Jets zone. Game's starting to heat up a little bit. Still with the scrum inside the Jets end. Bernard will get it on the point. Over to Warner, back to Bernard. He'll get a shot through, and that just batted away. DiVincentis getting his arm on it.
Jake Chason and Tyrell Bauer just battling like crazy in the corner, then in front of the net.
And we get the whistle. They're grinding it out.
Yeah. You're starting to see some emotion playing in.
Yep.
The nerves are out. Now you're more relaxed and you can play your game, which you hear a lot from young players. And we've seen that so far here in the first period. 7-5 shots on goal in favor of the Oilers.
Completely expected, though. You get players thrown together in such a short amount of time. And they've had a couple of ice times together, and that's it. It takes a little while to get the swing of things. Or go to Gansky on the point. Back to Xavier Bourgault. To Savoy, and the pass through the middle. Caron gets a stick on it, goes just above the Jets bench.
Not sure what the conversations were like with the young players from the Oilers, but consistent theme for the Winnipeg Jets and head coach Mark Morrison is they're here to win.
Yep.
It's all great about playing your game, but they're here to win some hockey games, to get the systems down pat, and I'm sure that was echoed by the Oilers players earlier this week.
Coaching staffs from the American League teams on both sides. Right off the draw, shot off the post as Savoy with a great opportunity. Oilers still with control. Bourgault trying to spin off the check. Now to Gansky. Roll it in behind the Jets net. Bourgault's in on that forecheck. Puck gets through the middle and out through center is Nikkanen. Carroll after it. Delivers a hit. To the top of the circle, right gets it out. Back into his own end, Agansky. What an opportunity for Carter Savoy.
Just looked like everybody went one way, Carter Savoy, and the puck went the other way.
Rips it right off the post. Savoy played in Bakersfield last year. Oiler 4th-round pick in 20. Played with Sherwood Park in the Alberta Junior League and then University of Denver. Up to the top of the circle, DeYoung. To right to DeYoung. Dish that across. Shot doesn't get through. As Akey let it go. There's a lot of traffic. Akey able to keep it in. To DeYoung. Back to Johnson. Now shot by Akey. Sails it over the net. Off the glass. Kept in by right. He'll let it go. That. Bit of a knuckleball going towards DiVincentis. He's able to hold on to it.
I think one criticism of the Jets here in this first period is their breakouts. They've had a really tough time getting the puck out when they need to get it into the neutral zone. Don't make that extra play or move. And Edmonton is, fortunately for the Jets, has not been able to capitalize.
Line up with 1:21 to go here in this scoreless first. Akey. Round for Petrov. It's a little far for him, though. Comes up near the blue line. Johnson's going to pinch. Keep it in. Johnson. Cross to Akey. He can walk right in. He will. He'll shoot it. Save made by DiVincentis. Just got enough. Johnson into the slot. He'll let a shot go. DiVincentis with a save. Had to make some stops here in the first period. Tullio to Akey. To the slot. Petrov will shoot, or Grube will shoot. The save by DiVincentis. So hold on.
Salamonson had broken his stick, so his teammate Daniel Torgerson to the rescue, hands him his stick to help out in the defending, but what a great chance there, walking in. All kinds of time to rip that shot, and DiVincentis, and I think Parker Ford might have saved the goal.
He might have.
Some solid hand-eye coordination.
DiVincentis has been under siege here the last few shifts. Goal for the Jets. Warner will let a shot go. That misses. Coming in. Bernard. Let that go. Save made by DiVincentis. Cleared out. That hits, either hit the corner glass or hit somebody at the Jets bench. You get the whistle. 32 seconds to go here in the first.
Well, we haven't really had a chance to talk about the goaltender at the other end, but Dominic DiVincentis has been very busy the last part. In his first preseason game in the Ontario Hockey League, 54 saves, Cam. In a 2-1 shootout win over Colby Barlow's Owen Sound Attack. So he's carried that momentum over into the first period of this hockey game.
926 save percentage in last year's OHL playoffs. Puck sent towards the net, scores! A little redirection right in front of the goal. As Connor Levis went to the front of the net. Levis got his stick on it to make it 1-0 Winnipeg.
Well, what are you taught? Go to the front of the net. Connor Levis followed that direction to a T, and Nathan Day, who hasn't been very busy at all in this hockey game, the puck just simply goes to the net. Zilkin taken to the outside, throws it in front. Levis gets one chance, and that squeaks under Day. And I'm not sure if it hit another stick, but Zilkin doing the job, going wide, throws it in front. I'm not sure if that goes off a stick, and it did go off of Bernard. Yeah.
It looked like that may have glanced off of Bernard if it hit his stick or his skate.
The fortuitous bounce, 1-0 Winnipeg.
That's why you go to the net.
And exactly how hockey traditionally works. A lot of action at one end. Goaltender holds the fort. Quick shot. 1-0 Winnipeg.
Well, Oiler fans can attest that Connor Hellebuck has had some really good nights against the Oilers.
Like Bernard looks like he slowed down the shot, but maybe it threw off Day.
I don't know. Yeah.
Regardless, Connor Levis with the goal.
Levis with the goal. Dom DiVincentis able to keep his team in it early. A lot of action, made some saves, and then late in the period, a lot of saves, and the Jets get one before the end of the first period to take a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes. But you get through that first 20, everybody gets a feel for the game. You take a hit, you give a hit, you feel the game a little bit, and now you take a break and can get after it, and it might be a little bit more flow to it.
Absolutely, and just big news out of Winnipeg the other day on Tuesday. The third captain in Winnipeg Jets 2.0 history. It is Adam Lowry, and he sat down with Sarah Oleski for this conversation.
Well, Adam, I'm here. You've been named the captain of the Winnipeg Jets. How does that sound?
No, it sounds. It's still something I'm getting used to. I think it's a huge honor. When I found out, I was pretty excited and almost a little speechless. I think it's not something. Growing up, you kind of can dream about. It's something that almost seems unattainable, but. Getting to be the captain of a Canadian NHL team is pretty special. It's something I'm really looking forward to.
Toward net, deflected in front, he scores! Adam Lowry with his fourth goal of the postseason, and we are tied at 4. How about that?
How did that conversation go when you found out?
Yeah, well, I think first and foremost, I'm extremely lucky to have been able to play my entire career with the same organization, and to have gotten to spend so much time in Winnipeg, and gotten to know the city and the people and form the relationships outside of the rink and at the rink. And finding out, I got a text from Bones Friday night, and we had some discussions leading up to it about the possibility, and would it be something potentially I'd be interested in, and willing to do, or would I accept? And I got the text Friday night that they were hoping to have a meeting on Saturday at the rink. So I kind of had an inkling of what was going to happen, but obviously nothing's for sure until it does. So when they offered it to me, that's something that it's something I'll never forget. I think. First and foremost, extremely proud to be the captain of the Winnipeg Jets, and really looking forward to leading the team. We have a ton of great leaders on this team, and we have a great group of guys and strong leadership core, and kind of continuing to grow as a group, and continuing to strive for our goal of winning the Stanley Cup, and having the opportunity to kind of lead these guys along with Josh and Mark, and it's something I'm really looking forward to.
Harkins looks to walk out, throws it over, good pass, and they score! Top shelf, Adam Lowry, and it's 3-1 Winnipeg.
So let's delve a little bit more into that. You've seen the highs and lows with this organization, and you speak about the strong leadership group that you feel that this team has overall. So in your mind, what's the importance of the captain? What does the captain's role with respect to this team, this group, what does it involve?
Well, I think just trying to steady the ship sometimes when things go off the rails a little bit. I think just try and maintain that consistency, try and maintain that team cohesiveness, and we're a real tight-knit group. And when I look at how I play, or how I'm going to lead, it's through my work ethic, and kind of the actions will speak a little louder than the words, and stand up for your teammates and things like that. So we're really looking forward to continuing to work with Mark and Josh, and some of the other guys in the room, and kind of growing together, integrating the new guys, and continuing to kind of learn and grow as a team under Bones.
Your very first headshot.
Yeah, it's a good hairstyle.
That young guy there, what do you think he would think of knowing that he was going to eventually become captain of this team?
Honestly, I think he'd be pretty speechless. I think when I was drafted to Winnipeg, obviously that was a huge stepping stone, and the opportunity and to get the chance to play in the NHL, it made the dream a little more clear that it was definitely a possibility. But I never really thought that I'd play more than 100 games in the league, let alone coming up on my 10th season and now having the opportunity to captain a franchise. And So I think he'd be blown away. I think he'd ask you to stop messing around, and he'd be looking for Ashton Kutcher and Punked. So I've come a long way from this photo. I think there was one where I was photobombing Mark at the same time. So it's really special. I think I know talking to my parents, they were extremely proud, and I got to talk to my Nana, and she was beaming. So sharing this news with my family was great.
Well, congratulations. Look forward to seeing what the seasons in front of you hold, but congratulations on this honor, Adam.
Thanks, Sarah. I'm really looking forward to it.
Jets with a 1-0 lead on the Edmonton Oilers here after the first period. We're at the Young Stars Classic in Penticton. Cam Moon here with Edmonton Oilers General Manager Ken Holland. Ken, first of all, you get a rookie tournament, an opportunity for management, for coaches, for scouts to evaluate players that are either just coming into pro or just have started pro. How do you enjoy the event?
Well, I think it's fabulous. You get to watch these young players against their peer group. I think when you go to a main camp and you got young players and you're trying to evaluate them against established pros, it's not fair. So it's a great environment to evaluate these young players.
When you have players that are just coming out of junior or just coming out of college, and I think in the Oilers' case, like Jaden Grube, like a Max Warner, like a Jake Chason, all players. Yeah, Matvey Petrov. There's another one. He's just coming out of junior and just on the cusp of a pro career. Having this type of environment to kind of lead them into it has to be beneficial for the players too.
I think it's very good. You get a week here playing against their peer group. Next week, this time, they'll be on the ice with, like I said, established NHL players. So, they come in here. Some of these, like the players you just mentioned, they'll be playing in Bakersfield this year. So it's good for Colin Chalk as the coach to watch them play 3 games. They're going to the American League teams don't play a lot of preseason games, maybe 1 or 2, some teams none. So there's limited opportunity for young players to show what they can do, and this is a real good opportunity for not only the players but for Colin Chalk and his coaches to see what our young players can do. And again, against their peer group, there's players here between, say, the age of 18 and 21, 22 max. So real good way to start training camp.
For a guy like Xavier Bourgault, he was in that position a year ago, coming out of the Quebec Major Junior League. Now he has a year in Bakersfield under his belt and got up to speed at the AHL level. What have you seen from him, not just in this game, but in his progression of his development?
Well, first order of business is obviously we had physicals yesterday and want to know where they test. What's their weight, what's their strength in comparison to last year, because that's a big part of developing into an NHL player is getting stronger physically and ultimately mentally. But he came in stronger. I think he's 7, 8, 9 pounds heavier than he was last year. I know he's put in a real good off season. It's the first year you go to the American League, it's a big jump.
Yep.
One year you're playing junior hockey, you're 19, you're playing against 16, 17, 18-year-olds. And the next year you're playing against 25, 26, 27-year-olds. So, it's a massive jump. Now they've got a real good idea on what American Hockey League is about. And I look for the second year of pro is for the players that, they got to take a jump and then, they got to continue going upward. But if they're going to eventually get to the National Hockey League, they got to keep taking steps.
Yeah, absolutely. Bo Akey was the Oilers' first pick, second round this past year, played with Barrie in the Ontario Hockey League. And it's so far the first period is the first 20 minutes I was able to watch. And you can see the offensive upside on this young man right away. Clearly he had great numbers in Barrie, but what do you like about this player?
Well, first off, this is a big tournament or a big jump. You're playing against 19, 20, 21-year-old players, but like that he can skate and he's mobile. Early in the year, I think before they had some injuries, he played a big role in his junior team, and then some vets came back and his role got reduced. But can skate, got some offense. Like that he shoots right. It's hard to find right shot defensemen. I like that we got him and Max Warner, two young defensemen that we've got hoping down the road. He's competitive. He can handle the puck. You know, today's world, you got to be able to skate. You got to be able to move the puck. You got to be able to join the rush. And Boaki can do those things.
I know the enthusiasm for hockey is high in oil country. And last season, it was a great regular season. The playoffs didn't go the way the team would have wanted, but you lost out to the Stanley Cup champion. How excited are you for this upcoming season?
Well, very excited. I know our players are very excited. They all came in here 2 weeks in advance of training camp. So, you know, over the last 120 games, we had I think the second best winning percentage in the National Hockey League. We've lost to the Stanley Cup champion the last 2 years. So our players have got a real good firsthand look at what championship teams look like. We feel we're a good team, but now you got to go do it on the ice. There's 31 other teams that starts from scratch on October the 12th or whenever it starts. So you got to go do out all over again over 82 games, play your way into a playoff position. But certainly I think the guys feel, they're excited. We had a real good regular season last year. Obviously didn't end the way we want, but you got to keep banging on the door. And when I look at the teams like Vegas, who won last year, and when Tampa Bay, if you want to eventually win the Stanley Cup, you just got to continue banging on the door and be there. And 1 year it goes through. So we got to start all over again in game one, prove that we're a real good team over 82 games, and then see where it goes.
It spoke volumes to me anyway, with all the players coming back early, I thought.
Yeah, they're massively disappointed. I think, what did we go, 14-0 and won our last 15 games, and, beat a real good LA team. I think we had the lead in all 6 games against Vegas, but hats off to them. That's what champs do. They find ways to win. And our guys are excited. Think they want to have a great season, and they're excited.
Ken, thanks for doing this.
No problem. Thank you.
Ken Holland, Edmonton Oilers general manager. Sarah Orlesky from the Winnipeg Jets was able to sit down with head coach Rick Bowness. We have that feature for you now.
Rick, obviously a very different summer for you than last year, in that you have 1 year as head coach of the Winnipeg Jets under your belt. How different was it preparing for this upcoming season as opposed to last season?
Last year we didn't know anything about the players. We didn't know, we knew we were going in to change a lot of systems, so there's a lot more work last summer preparing for camp than this summer. We're going to make some minor adjustments to the way we play, because we didn't win the Stanley Cup. It means we have to make some improvements in some certain areas. But for the most part, we're going to play a lot like we did last year. We know the players a lot better. They know the systems a lot better. So it wasn't as detailed this summer as it was last summer, because we knew we had to cover an awful lot in training camp because we're implementing new systems and a new way of playing. But this year the players a little more familiar with us. We're a lot more familiar with them, and it's going to be a lot smoother.
It's hard to believe that we're almost at that point in September where we're going to see you at the rink every day. But you mentioned that there are going to be some adjustments that you and the coaching staff considered. What is the biggest takeaway that you had from last season that you want to see changed this year?
Well, we had a lot of great defensive metrics. We really did. We were one of the top defensive teams in the league, and we want to maintain that. We were 12th offensively, so we'd like to improve on that area and create more offense, create more scoring opportunities, and hopefully score more goals. So that would be the big adjustment. Our power play has to be a lot better. It wasn't good enough last year. Obviously, the penalty killing was very strong all year. So it's trying to score some more goals, which everyone's trying to do, and get that power play clicking at a more consistent rate.
There was a lot of attention paid last year, as you know, to the end of the season. Be your comments at the end of the series against Vegas, same with the players at the exit meetings. In your mind, does there need to be an airing of grievances, for lack of a better term, or do you feel as if that has been taken care of?
That's been taken care of. That's 4 months ago. I made sure we cleared everything up during the summer, but I looked at it as a very positive thing because I learned an awful lot about our team then. I found two very important areas jumped right out at me. And that helps me, so I take it as a positive. And that helps me, again, preparing for this year and trying to make, there's some more changes we have to make in terms of our competitive level on a consistent basis. But that helps me. So I took that as a very positive thing because, again, two things jumped right out at me, and we're going to build on those.
There's some changes to your roster, as there is every year. A couple of major players in terms of their significance. Blake Wheeler, Pierre-Luc Dubois, some have left, and you've received some new players. How familiar are you with the new players?
Well, we watched them play a little bit, but they played a very laid-back system in the neutral zone. They play a 1-3-1, and really no one's pressuring the puck. They force a lot more dump in. So speaking with both Alex and Gabe, they're excited that we're going to play a little more aggressive. They want to get skating again. That system in LA works very good for them. It does. Todd's done a wonderful job. It works for their team. We want to be a little bit more aggressive. So in talking to the players, they're, first of all, the most important thing for me out of all that, they're excited to come to Winnipeg. They want to be Winnipeg Jets. So I love hearing that from them. So we'll have to spend a lot of time with them during camp because they're not familiar with the way we play. But I do know they're excited that we are going to be more of a skating team in the neutral zone than the LA Kings. So, but again, Rasmus Kaperi, he's excited about coming in. So I'm happy that they want to be here. They want to be Winnipeg Jets, and they're going to make us a better team.
When you think about...
All right, thank you, Sarah and Rick. Bonus, let's take a look at the first period highlights. And it was a lot of Edmonton early on, Cam, because of the power play. And some good looks there from Berglund. Winnipeg doing a great job taking the middle part of the ice. But here's a great chance, Bourgault, but had a stick lifted at the last second by Tyrell Bauer. And then some more clearing down the ice. Winnipeg throwing the puck down the middle. And here's a quick shot again, blocked in front. Winnipeg doing a good job of that. Then off the face-off, Carter Savoy is not going to get a better look than that, really, off the crossbar behind Dominic DiVincentis. He'll be thinking about that one tonight. And then the goal here in the first period, Denny Zilkin to the front of the net. Connor Levis, the BC boy, on the board. Winnipeg leads 1-0 after 20 minutes as we head to period number 2.
Looking forward to it. You see the scoring summary. Levis, the goal scorer for Winnipeg after a flurry of opportunities for Edmonton. And the Jets take advantage late in the period. The second stanza underway as Warner will shoot it in. Savoy around that centering pass. Broken up. DiVincentis just got his stick on it. Now Warner. Get it across. Bernard will shoot. Tip just wide by Bourgault. Savoy had to go past his skate. Chibrikov will get it out. Salamanca will dump it in. To the middle, Berglund. Let's get it back to Bourgault. Comes in, but that's in on the offside for the Oilers.
Well, clearly in this first little bit, 42 seconds into this second period, the top line of the Edmonton Oilers has been really good. When you look at Savoy, Berglund, and Bourgault, they've been the guys in front of the net, the guys creating offense, just haven't been able to crack Dominic DiVincentis.
And even I noticed it last year. I've noticed it this year in the early going.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the difference of players that have played a year in the American League versus the ones that haven't.
100%.
Exactly. Back through the middle, Chason. Up to Petrov. He's got a little bit of room. Petrov, the backhand shot. DiVincentis makes the stop. Kaizev had it tied up in the end. Petrov to get it free. Chason trying to keep it in. That's lifted up and out. Johnson forced back through the middle to Sloan. Take a hit from Ford. That gets kicked in. Kaizev takes a hard hit. Oh. DiVincentis out to wrap it around. Akey to the middle. Tip. Scores! Bo Akey threw it to the middle. Deflected by Sloan. And the Oilers tie the game at 1.
Well, Dominic DiVincentis might be kicking himself on this one. He probably thought somebody was beyond the boards when he threw the puck around. Nobody was there, so the Oilers jump on it. And maybe Winnipeg caught in a line change as well. They only had 4 skaters on the ice as that play transgressed. And it's a tip in front, and Edmonton on the board. There's the throw around the boards. There's Akey, does the right thing. That throws it in. There's the tip in front. And this game is tied at 1.
Jake Sloan of the Tri-City Americans, who is from Leduc, Alberta, just outside of Edmonton, with the redirect. Golder will poke it in. Day's got to cover that.
DiVincentis pretty much left alone there, and Sloan, just great hands, but great heads-up play by Akey, who saw a ton of ice time, as we mentioned earlier, in Barrie.
Yes. Ken Holland was talking about him in the intermission as well. Same thing, lots of ice time.
He got played a lot, like 27 to 30 minutes in the first part of the season.
DeYoung up to center for the Oilers. That's offside.
There's that quick move at the blue line.
Yeah, it'll do it.
Traditionally throws your line mates off. Hard to read that.
That it is. Puck sailed through the middle off a right, goes in behind the Oiler net. Right to Sloan. A bump along the boards by Zilkin, but no whistle there.
Well, 3 straight hits by the Winnipeg Jets on that shift. Levis, Zilkin, and Golder throwing their weight around and getting themselves involved in the early part of the second period.
I enjoyed the conversation with Adam Lowry, the new Winnipeg Jet captain. Former Swift Current Bronco and
captain there.
Yes.
So I talked to Mark Lamb, the GM and head coach of the Prince George Cougars. He was there, those roles in Swift Current. So the day he met Adam Lowry, he knew he was meant to be a captain.
It's not surprising. His father Dave, bad bounce, Dave with the save, as Dave Lowry was been a head coach in the WHL and the NHL.
That's tough, right? Any goaltender, you don't know the rink you're playing in, especially when this is all new. DiVincentis played here last year, but that takes a really bizarre bounce. And good read on that one from Nathan Day. Make sure he goes back in his net so that puck's not going to bounce off the boards, off his back into the net. So quick reaction there from the Oilers netminder.
Warner to Bernard. Up to the line. Chason can get it out. Take a hit, though. As Bauer had come flying in there.
You can hear the Oilers bench.
Yes. Chason gets it free. Warner will shoot it. DiVincentis the save. There was traffic in front. A lot of jostling, too.
Oilers defensemen in this game doing a great job. A lot of shots were blocked earlier on. Now they're doing a better job of getting that puck through. Just a little extra move. Create some space. Good shot there from Warner. And great job by DiVincentis finding that way through the sea of bodies.
I'm surprised that even got through, given the amount of people in front of the net.
Tyrell Bauer having a conversation with one of the refs. There's been a lot of jostling, shall we say, in front of the net.
Bauer, the 6th round pick of the Jets in 20. Kick it to the middle. It does come out. Here's Caron. Trying to drive it to the net. Penalty coming up against Edmonton. Akey is about to get sent to the box. Shot from the point. Day the save. He'll hold on to that. Now the Jets will get their first power play of the afternoon. Hooking call against Bo Akey.
That's just going to the front of the net, and Bo Akey doing his best to make sure he takes away the front of the net and has to take a penalty. And Caron does the right thing. Puts his head down, arm away, protecting the puck. Akey gets the penalty. So we'll get a look here at the Winnipeg Jet power play for the first time this afternoon. Torgerson, big body, Barlow, Lucius, Chibrikov, and Salamonson.
Warner will get it to the point. Chibrikov keeping it in. And Barlow got dumped down, but it goes to the point. Salamonson fanned on his pass. Does keep it in. Torgerson in behind the net. Torgerson with control. Chibrikov. Lost it in the corner, but Torgerson will keep it in. Shot off a leg goes wide. Lucius centering it all the way across. Puck just poked out past Chibrikov.
Berglund felt there should have been a penalty there on Chibrikov as he went down hard into the boards. No call.
Barlow will bring it in to the corner for Lucius. Puck behind the net. Right through the middle and down the ice. That's right. I'm going to clear it out.
Well, this is a little bit easier for the penalty killers. So you don't have a lot of practice time. You have your basic instincts in killing penalties. It's another thing when you're trying to set up the power play and the breakouts. And the Jets showing that here in their first man advantage of the game.
Yeah, much easier on the PK than it is on the power play.
So you can throw all the talent you want out there, but it just has to meld, and you have to know the system and where guys are going.
How about Chaz Lucius last year going to Portland at the end and 15 points in 6 games?
He was on a tear and hurt his shoulder, had surgery again. He's had his fair share of adversity to kick off his, well, not so much, the last 3 years of his hockey career.
Ford with it to the Oiler end. Around to the point. Chibrikov keeping it in for Golder. Solid hit along the boards. Gansky off the glass and out.
Maybe what didn't get a penalty there is Golder carried Miskey into the boards, kind of taking away that boarding call. That's my guess.
Yep, that's your guess. And you're sticking to it. Taken away by Warner. He'll get it out. Penalty's just about done. It was knocked down with a high stick. 4 seconds left to go in the penalty to Akey.
You sure heard the cries from the Oiler bench, what they felt was a boarding call. And the trail end of that Winnipeg Jet power play, which will come to an end here right away with just 4 seconds left in the man advantage. And face off in the Jets' end of the ice.
Linden will take the draw against Niikanen. Kuzmin will turn it up. Akey back on the ice. Jets 0 for 1 on the power play. Oilers are 0 for 2. Warner hit up against the boards. Caron was in there. Puck to the point. Lumbark will shoot it. Couldn't get it through. There was traffic in front of the net. Stonehouse just played it in. Chason will go after it. Jake Chason, who started last year with the Brandon Wheat Kings, traded to the Saskatoon Blades. They'll tie it up and it'll be a face-off inside the Jet zone.
Calgary will take on Vancouver in the second game of this first night. The Young Stars Classic.
Yes.
Really good crowd here for the 4 o'clock game.
Yeah.
Pacific time.
I would imagine it'll be real solid for the Canucks this evening. It's a great event here at the South Okanagan Event Center. We're in Penticton, BC. Cam Moon along with Jamie Thomas. Jaden Grube steals it. Grube looking for Tullio. Penalty coming up to Tullio. Knizev got it out. Ford forced back. Delayed penalty coming to Edmonton once they touch it. Ford to Torgerson to Ford. Now touched by Edmonton. And the Oilers are going to be shorthanded for the second time in the game and this period. As it'll be a cross-checking call going against Tullio.
Well, it is a Oiler crowd here at the South Okanagan Entertainment Center. And there's the penalty in the offensive end of the ice. Coaches don't like that. That took away a pretty good shift from the Edmonton Oilers again, putting pressure on. And Jaden Grube knocking bodies around, getting the puck And then Tullio takes that penalty.
Greta Van Fleet. Who's doing the music? 2 thumbs up.
Genius.
First star so far. Puck rolled down the ice. Lambert after. Bourne goes in on the forecheck. Lambert gets control. At a Golder. But towards Day. He's got to cover that. There's no choice. Carson Golder in there. Golder, a former Edmonton Oil King, won a WHL championship with the Oil Kings in 22.
With Brad Lauer as an assistant coach with the Winnipeg Jets right now. And here's a funny thing about Golder. Played both defense and forward last year. Still scored 31 goals in the Western Hockey League. How many guys do you hear in Major Junior play both defense and forward? It doesn't happen. Got a big smile on his face when I asked him about it.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see that often. High rising shot. That went off a Day and out. Zilkin let that go. I think that glanced off a Day's mask.
Great job from Day tracking that puck. And quick puck movement by the Jets on the power play, and that's what you got to do with the man advantage. And Zilkin, the right thing, quick snapshot, and Day's fixing his helmet. You played the position. You know all about taking a couple pucks off the mask. They weren't as nice as these ones, I bet.
Not nearly enough hit.
Did you have the Cooper?
Jamie.
The Cooper helmet? Or did you have actual
I
mask?
had a mask.
Okay.
Not that old.
Yeah, good
Pretty
point.
close.
I don't remember many guys I played with a mask like that. It was just the Cooper helmet.
Well, there were. I started with that. Yes.
Yeah.
Through the middle, and now just off the stick of Warner. He'll get to it. Warner will dump it down. Minute 18 to go in the man advantage for the Jets. Tied at 1. Zilkin will drop it to Lambert. Lambert into the Oiler end. Get peeled off his stick and sailed down the ice by Bo Akey.
Solid awareness from the Oilers, recognizing Lambert and how dangerous he is when he gets a full head of steam, pushed him to the outside, gave him nothing to work with. And that's what Lambert's all about, is that speed. When he was drafted in the second first-round pick for the Jets in 2022, and he slides down to 30, and it's you take that pick.
I remember seeing him in the preseason last year, thinking he's going to be just fine. Through the middle. Now across Torgerson. His shot, Day with the stop. As Torgerson was able to slide in off that left wing, and Day snares it out of the air.
Well, there's the awareness and hockey IQ of Chibrikov. You're not going to beat Day up the middle like that. You get it off the side. And Torgerson thought he had him beat short side. Not so.
Salamonson to Lucius through the middle. That's broken up, gets into the slot. Wright's going to bring it out. Savoy's going to join it. Long shot. Wide of the net, off the glass. 25 seconds to go in the power play. Wright will shoot. Miss short side. Rides around the dasher. Gets out to center. Wright. Checked at the line. Chibrikov. Pass for Torgerson. Will go into the Oiler end. Now to Lucius. Couldn't get that in front of the net to Barlow. Otherwise, he had a lot of room.
You can see why he was excited to get that puck in the front of the net with Colby Barlow and his goal-scoring ability.
Penalty over. Jets 0 for 2 on the power play. In the neutral zone, Tullio can shoot it in. It's going to rim. Gansky in from the point. On the boards, Tullio to Grew. Back to the blue line. Nobody there for Edmonton. Gansky missed Miskey with it. That goes down for icing. Tullio will have words with Kuzman.
Solid work there from Kuzman, keeping Tullio away and getting that angle to get the icing call. Kuzman, smaller defenseman, offensive-minded, had a great year in Flint, going up against his OHL teammate Nathan Day. You're wondering why those pads are so perfect for Nathan Day. That's the color scheme for the Flint Firebirds.
That's right. Flint lost in the first round of the playoffs to Saginaw last year in 7 in the OHL. Shot from the point doesn't get through. Nathan Day playing all 7 of those games in net for Flint. Puck cleared down the ice, could be icing against Edmonton. But great to get that playoff experience, whether it be Nathan Day in the Oiler net or Dom DiVincentis at the other end, who played 20 playoff games with North Bay. They lost out in the 3rd round to Peterborough.
And we haven't even talked about Thomas Milic either, right?
Oh.
He went all the way to the Memorial Cup final.
And went to the WHL final the year before.
Yeah, so he knows a little about that pressure cooker known as the playoffs.
Get it tied up into the Oiler end for a moment. If it comes free, Petrov off the glass. Just hard enough for icing.
Didn't have a whole lot of those earlier in the game. Now we've got 3 back-to-back icings against the Edmonton Oilers. Game's getting slogging down a little bit here in the middle part of the second period.
You're right. You can't replicate those playoff type, the atmosphere, the games, the importance, having that type of experience, whether it's at the major junior level or minor pro, whatever it is, it's huge. Grube will get it just past Kuzmin. Grube threw it through the slot. Levis. A puck brought in on the right wing. Zilkin. Behind the Edmonton net it goes. And Warner up to Chason. Chason to Bernard. Clear it down into the Jets end. Linden after it. Puck comes around to Lundmark. He'll get it out. Warner right back in with it. Lundmark picks it off the boards. Out of Kuzmin. Tied up by Chason. Puck to the blue line. Warner, shoot it. Stick save. DiVincentis just got enough. It's in behind the net. Chason to Savoy. Carter Savoy looking for some room, looking for a lane. It's pass off, just off the stick of Golder, and it comes out. Last year, Carson Golder getting traded from the Edmonton Oil Kings to the Kelowna Rockets. Bauer will take it behind his net. Right up the right side, Caron just to the Edmonton line, that's it. Savoy. Behind the net, centering pass. Bourgault couldn't get his stick on it, and the puck cleared out. Akey forced back. To Bourgault. Right across. A little move there made by Johnson. The puck turned over, and it's Lambert the other way. Lambert across to Caron. To the corner. Comes up to right. 3-on-2 for Edmonton. Get it across Berglund. Puck goes in behind the net. Berglund will shoot. That's blocked. Back to the point. Akey. Waiting. The corner for right. Sweeps it around. Berglund will keep it in. Oilers will make a change. Tied at 1. We're here in the second. 8:10 to go. Great to have you on board wherever you are. So Young Stars Classic underway. Puck rolled in front. Loose puck, scores! Sloan right at the side of the net. Found that loose puck. Gives the Oilers a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, Sloan's had a great first period, or second period rather, and just all about being in front of the net. He had the redirect early in the second period. And there's a tap in the pads from Tyrell Bauer on Dominic DiVincentis. Sorry, man, we didn't help you out there, but Sloan, right place, right time, twice already here in this second period. And there's a lot of battling behind the net. That puck is just thrown in front of the net, rolls through the crease, and there's Sloan, right place, right time, as I mentioned, slides it in for goal number 2. Oilers had their first lead of this hockey game. It's 2-1.
Sloan, his first goal on a deflection, the second one on a loose puck in front of the goal. Penalty coming up, slashing call right off the face-off. And it looks like it's going against the Edmonton Oilers. Carter Savoy is going to go to the box. 7:58 to go here in the second. 2-1, Edmonton leading Winnipeg. We're going to take a break. This is the Young Stars Classic here in Penticton.
Morrissey walking right in, stop shot, now Connor shoots, stop, rebound,
Listen up, Manitoba. Ticket membership packages for the 2023-24 Manitoba Moose season are on sale now. Never miss a game with our full season package. Hit all the most exciting promo games of the year with a 12-game mini pack, or watch Moose hockey on your schedule with the 10-game flex pack. Don't miss your chance to make memories with the Manitoba Moose for the 2023-24 season. For more information, visit moosehockey.com/packages.
Welcome back. It's 2-1 Edmonton over Winnipeg. There's Mark Morrison, the head coach of the Manitoba Moose, in charge of this group, and Drew McIntyre to his right, goaltending coach. Drew McIntyre's played a big role in the scouting of Dominic DiVincentis and Thomas Milic.
Do I see a Nolan Baumgartner on the...
You sure do. He was kind of out of the shot there, but Bomber's here as well.
Yeah. Two-time Memorial Cup winner with the Kamloops Blazers, I do believe.
He was bragging about if there were rings back when he played, he'd have a bunch of them.
He would?
Yeah. Pretty good team he played on.
Yeah, very
Would you say that's
team.
the most dominant team ever?
I would say that the 95 Kamloops Blazers is maybe the best junior team I've ever witnessed with my own eyes. They were hosting Memorial Cup. They still won the WHL championship and then rolled the competition at the Memorial Cup.
And now there's guys from that team owning teams all over the Western Hockey League.
That too.
Yeah.
Ryan Huska is now the head coach of the Calgary Flames. He was a 3-time winner, as was Tyson Nash and Darcy Tucker.
Is that Ryan Rashog's era?
He was just after that. Chibrikov shot wide of the net. Bourgault is going to pick it up. Maybe a rush here with Berglund. Trying to get it back to Bourgault. The shot saved made. DiVincentis. Chibrikov will bring it out. Jets on their third power play. Chibrikov back to the point. Shot just off the outside of the post. Slipping in from the point. Salamonson. Puck cleared out.
And Salamonson took that shot head up the whole way.
Yes.
We've seen two irons that end of the ice. Savoy in the first period, now Salamonson here in the second.
Stepped right up. Puck rolled in by Golder. Comes around. Zilkin. Cornered. Golder. Jam it on goal. The save made by Day, and the puck cleared down the ice.
He was looking at Brad Lambert and then decided to shoot, so it's trying to trick the goaltender, get him to lean away from his post. You've seen that move a time or two.
The look away as Lambert dances across the blue line, but lost the puck. Puck brought out by Sloan. Got both Oiler goals so far. Natulio out through the middle of the ice to Miskey to kill some time. For Degansky. Get a little wrist shot down the ice. Groove. Now to Tullio. His shot and his save by DiVincentis. Tullio gets it back. Now to Miskey. His shot tipped just wide by Groove. Shorthanded opportunities for Edmonton.
Winnipeg trying to change their personnel in that latter half of this power play and almost got them in trouble.
Barlow to Lambert. Penalty over. Savoy back out. Jets 0 for 3 on the power plays. Torgerson will dump it in. Linden got the puck on the right wing, and it is glove ahead pass. So we get the whistle.
Make sure you stick around for the second intermission. Of course, we'll look back at the highlights, latter half of that intermission. Mark Hillier, the director of amateur scouting for the Winnipeg Jets, will join me. And some great features from Oilers TV as well.
That's right. We've got the panel coming up. And also a promo for the drop on Oilers Plus. The panel will be Jack Michaels, Bob Stauffer, Paige Martin, Tony Brar. Hammered into the Oilers' end. Bounces off some shin pads up near the blue line, and out it comes. Here's Chase on with it. Chase on. Across, just over the stick of Linden on the saucer pass. Puck cleared. Bernard. Across to Warner. Up to Chase on. Across to Stonehouse. Cleared out. Julian got it to the neutral zone for Winnipeg. Berglund brings it in. Ooh. Puck through the middle. Akey in on the right wing. Centering pass. Loose puck. Oh, the stop. DiVincentis coming across. Savoy got clipped up at the blue line. Before that whole play happened. I don't know what. It was a crisscross that just went wrong.
I think it was both players didn't see one another, and they did collide the blue line. That's my guess. But we can't take away from the save that Dominic DiVincentis made. That's the best save of this hockey game.
That looked like a goal, like it was about to be a goal.
Edmonton thought they had the 2-goal lead for the first time, and here's Berglund. What a play by Akey. My goodness. Oh. And then Berglund goes to the front, and there's this blocker from DiVincentis to keep it a 1-goal hockey game.
Puck flipped out of play. Yeah, DiVincentis had to really stick with that play to get across. Otherwise, Berglund has a goal.
And Akey through the legs.
And off the skate.
And just so smooth. You can see why the Oilers are very excited about Bo Akey.
47 points last year with Barrie in the Ontario Hockey League. Right out. Center cross. Kaizev got it deep down into the Oiler end. Levis. Hook to the point. Kaizev lost it through the middle. Berglund will get that over to Savoy on the right side. Just got it into the Jet zone. Cleared out to center ice. Kaizev weaves his way into the Edmonton end. Knaizev's shot misses. Nikkanen. Shovel it in behind the net. Caron couldn't get it in front. Nikkanen gets back to it. Nikkanen up to the point. Shot doesn't get through. Salamonson couldn't get it through some shin pads. Bauer's able to shoot it in. Day clearing it out. Just did it himself. Julian will chop it right back. It's over the stick of the netminder Day. Caron with it in his skates, gets dug out by DeYoung. DeYoung will take a bump along the boards as the puck squeezes loose to Sloan. Jake Sloan now to right. Looking for DeYoung. Ford for the Jets. He's able to get puck through center ice. Kuzman up against the boards, lost it. Lambert to the middle for Ford, but Day breaking that up. Gansky got it up to the line. That's going to be kept in by the Jets. Kuzman comes in from that left point. Goes in behind the net. Penalty coming up to Gansky. Another power play for the Jets with 2:19 to go in the second. Oilers up by 1, but Jets going back on the power play.
Well, Gansky, a small 6'7", 209. Get the hooking penalty there from Bloomington. Played the last 3 seasons, the NCAA, and gets the stick in on the leg of Brad Lambert. So Winnipeg is being outshot right now, 20-12. Trying to get another late goal in the period to tie things up. They trail 2-1.
We'll get an opportunity here as Lucius take the draw against Berglund. Gets into the corner for Warner, and he'll bounce it cross ice. Salamonson set up the power play breakout, and he's got some room through the middle for Barlow, but it went off his stick. Warner off the glass and out.
If you recall, it was Salamonson who had the best chance in the last Jet power play, going off the goalpost.
Barlow around to Lucius. Torgerson to Lucius. To Salamonson across Chibrikov. He can walk in. He'll wait. He'll go to shoot it off the stick of Warner.
Warner saves the goal there.
Did. Bourgault lifted out. Minute 9 to go in the Jets' man advantage. Chibrikov bringing it into the Oiler end. That gets taken away. Bourgault got it out off the linesman. Now Golder to the Oiler end. Taken off his stick by Tullio, and he'll get it up in the air and out. Grube will go after it. Penalty coming up here. I think it's going against the Jets.
It'll be Zilkin.
Yep. Grube was on the forecheck, and he got held up. It's going to be an interference call, so it'll be 4-on-4 for 40 seconds. Oilers will get a power play on the back end of that if it stays the same.
Well, maybe not. It's not going to be Zilkin. I thought he was the perpetrator, and it's not. Niazev was brought over actually from San Jose in a trade that sent Leah and Gavanka to San Jose, and Gavanka kind of part of the numbers game. Had a great couple of years for the Moose, and Jets just don't have enough room up in the big leagues right now.
So we'll go 4-on-4 into the last minute of the second period. Johnson is going to walk in. He'll pull to the middle. Shot! DiVincentis able to make the save and held on, but nifty little play there by Jake Johnson to fake the shot and then pull it to the middle and make his angle better.
Yeah, a little confusion there from the Jets of who's taking who.
Yeah.
And that allowed Johnson to walk all the way in. Cuts the middle. Nice move there on Lundmark and gets a good shot off.
Kuzman get the puck over to Nikkanen. Now to Lundmark. Drop it off for Lambert into the Oiler end. Lundmark back through the slot, and Nikkanen had come in from that point. Almost had a great opportunity, was broken up. Down to 25 seconds to go in the period. Akey cross to Tullio. Tullio lost an edge. Puck will get to the line. That's kept in. Oilers on the power play. To the net. Johnson shots. Put it over the net. Tullio put the hit on Lundmark. Lundmark got it out. Hammered in by Tullio. Blockered away. DiVincentis. And the second period will come to a close. Oilers will be with the man advantage for a minute 2 to start off the third period, but take a 2-1 lead to the dressing room after 40 minutes. As the Oilers and Jets, this is game 1. The Young Stars Classic in Penticton.
Game 2 will be Vancouver and Calgary coming up right away. Got a nice little. You mentioned the panel.
Yeah.
Oh, we go to them.
We got them. We got the panel.
Who is it? Who is the panel?
Well, we got Tony Brar, we got Paige Martin, we got Jack Michaels, we got Bob Stauffer. They're on the panel. We got that for you next.
We're in Okanagan country, Penticton, BC, in fact, for the first panel presented by Sportsnet of the new 23-24 season. Tony Brar here alongside Jack Michaels and Bob Stauffer, and making her debut on the panel presented by Sportsnet, Paige Martin. Welcome, Paige. Jack, this year a little different for the Edmonton Oilers. What kind of sticks out when you look at the roster heading into the rookie tournament beginning on Friday?
Well, first of all, I'm a little surprised that it's Paige's debut. She's been all over Oilers TV for a long time, so I find it hard to consider her a rookie, but welcome, Paige. I think it's a different year. I think when Bob and I first came to this tournament in the fall of 2010, there was, anywhere between 3 and 5 players that had a legitimate shot of making the Oilers opening day roster. Oilers main camp opening day roster. This is the rookie camp, and it is a different composition of the roster. It's filled with a lot of training camp invites, meaning that the Oilers didn't necessarily draft the majority of these players. They've got 8 picks here. Their first rounder a couple of years ago, Xavier Bourgault, is maybe the guy that theoretically could work his way into NHL games this season. And I'm just saying realistically, you never know. But it is a different roster than some of the quote-unquote star-studded first overall picks, slam dunk mortal locks to make the rosters when you look at Penticton a decade and a half ago.
And that says a lot, Jack, about where this organization is right now, because they're winning hockey games at the NHL and the Stanley Cup playoff level as well.
Well, they're coming off a summer, Tony, where they had 3 draft picks. Now, that's a good sign. A lot of people are, well, wait, where are the young prospects? Well, this is not where Edmonton's at right now. They're not looking to stockpile picks. They're looking to stockpile an NHL roster capable of competing for a Stanley Cup. A far cry from where they were back in the fall of 2010.
Jack, first of all, I want to say thank you. I love being able to stand here in this beautiful scenery with all of you guys. You talk about how this has evolved. You've been here for 9 seasons now, coming back, and what you guys have seen, the different prospects that have been here. Bob, in what ways have you seen it grow and evolve to essentially what brings us here this weekend?
Yeah, Paige, I think just picking up kind of on what Jack alluded to, I mean, there have been years where the Oilers were the show here. That's the bottom line. You have the number 1 overall pick in 2010, Taylor Hall, and Jordan Eberle was here that year. Magnus Pjarvi was actually the best of the 3 of them. Yeah. He was
10th overall.
Yeah, and he was the 09 pick. And then in 2011, Nuge went number 1 and was pretty impactful. I remember in 2014 we came here in Leon. It was Leon and Nikolai Ehlers were the 2 big stars of the tournament. And then in 2015, the Oilers had McDavid, Draisaitl, and Nurse. And we all knew as we watched that year that we were watching the future leadership core along with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins of the Edmonton Oilers. So even last year, the Oilers had 4 number 1s, Paige, that were here in this event, in Holloway and Broberg. And I would argue that last year, Dylan Holloway, granted he was a couple years older, he dominated more in that tournament than anybody we had seen. And unfortunately, it didn't translate into an effective offensive season for him at the NHL level, but I wouldn't bet against him this year. The Oilers now are in a scenario where, look, they're going for it. They're going to be, draft capital is going to be in play even as the season goes on. It would not surprise me in the least if the number 1 pick in 2024 ends up traded as Oilers try to use another piece to go for the Stanley Cup. And as a result, secondary prospects become the focus for the organization. And I don't want to... It's not a way to denigrate anybody that's here. I'm just saying the Oilers have got to hit on a couple long-range guys. So I've got a couple guys. Everybody's going to be focused on Xavier Bourgault. But for me, Jaden Grube and Max Wanner, 2 big guys. Grube, a 6'3" right shot center, and Wanner, a 6'3" right shot defenseman. They're not going to be playing games for the Oilers this year. But in 2 or 3 years from now, after some time in the American Hockey League, does their journey get them to the NHL? And that journey starts at this tournament.
And Bob, Wanner has been turning some heads since being drafted in the 7th round a couple of years ago. That's right?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you can hit on a 7th round pick or move a 5th rounder like the Oilers did to go get Grube from the Rangers, I mean, you got to, if you just have one of those guys pan out. And the other thing is, from an organizational perspective, Edmonton's got a lot of left shot centers, and they've got some pretty good core left shot defensemen. Where they need the help is at right shot center and right D, and that's why I'm targeting those 2 players.
All right, well, the Oilers rookies take on the Jets rookies beginning on Friday in what should be a heck of a weekend here in Penticton.
Thanks very much, Tony. Pleased to be joined now by Mark Hillier, the Director of Amateur Scouting for the Winnipeg Jets. Always a great event. What do you look to forward the most when you come here?
Well, it's nice to see the young guys against their peers in their own age group before they hit the main training camp. And, for us, it's nice to see guys like Chibrikov and Salamonson that we, haven't got over here in the past, to see them live and smaller ice surface.
Yeah, Salamonson had a great year in Sweden last year. What have you liked most about his development?
Well, he's a solid player, really good skater. I would say almost an elite skater, really good feet. He moves the puck and solid two-way game.
You talked about Nikita Chibrikov, smaller forward, but man, he can move out there. What have you liked about him and in his time as a Jet?
Yeah, I haven't seen him too much because he was kind of the COVID draft. We used a lot of video that year. I wasn't at development camp, so this is my first look at him since the draft, and he's obviously a slick player, lots of skill, good quick hands, and he looked good in the practices the last couple of days.
Let's go back to July. How important was development camp? Didn't have it last year ahead of this tournament, and for having the chemistry for these players in this event.
Yeah, well, it was really good. The players got to know each other. They got to know the staff, the coaches, the trainers, each other, and the way the Jets do things. And now they come into this camp, and they're a lot more comfortable.
And Chaz Lucius looks pretty comfortable out there. He's been through a lot. What can you say about your first-round pick from 2021 and all the adversity he's faced already?
Yeah, I felt bad for him. There's not much you can say. You just hope he keeps it together this year, and we can really see what we liked when we draft him. He's a kid with lots of skill and lots of determination. We saw that when he got to Portland last year, but it unfortunately didn't last very long. So I'm just hoping luck's on his side this year and he stays healthy.
How important was it for Brad Lambert to go down to the Western Hockey League and play with the Seattle Thunderbirds on their Memorial Cup run last year?
Well, extremely important. That's a kid, ever since he's been 15 years old, he's played with men. And now he gets a chance to play with kids his own age, have some fun and be put in all the important and offensive situations he should have been playing at the last couple of years.
How excited are you to see him at this event at center?
Yeah, well, he played really well at center last year, so we have to see what we got. If we got a centerman here, that's a bonus. If we don't, he'll go to the wing, use his speed and his skill there. But he really surprised us playing at center in Seattle last year.
We can't not talk about your first-round pick this year, Colby Barlow. 46 goals in 59 games, was a captain in the Owen Sound last year. What have you liked about his leadership ability and the ability to put the puck in the net?
Well, that's what we like. I mean, he scores a lot of greasy goals. He's around the net. Sometimes he's not the prettiest looking player, but he's always on the score sheet. He scores goals, and like you said, he's got great leadership. There's not too many captains at 17 years old in the OHL, so we just, looking forward to big things in the future.
Mark, speaking of big things, you have two goaltenders are coming off. One Ontario Hockey League Goaltender of the Year, another one the Western Hockey League Goaltender of the Year. It seems like the future is pretty bright between the pipes for the Winnipeg Jets.
Well, we hope so. We took a chance on DiVincentis in the 7th round. It looked like a pretty good pick at the time. It looks like a good pick now. Just hope he can keep it going. He had a terrific year. There's been lots of talk about Milic, and I'll just say what everybody else is saying. He's a winner. He just wins. It doesn't really matter if he's 6 foot or 6'3". I think he's gonna, put the doubters wrong, and the goalie in Nashville, I can't think of his name right now.
Saros.
He's got a couple inches on him, and he's one of the best goaltenders in the league. So hopefully he can just keep it rolling and have a great year for us.
Exciting time ahead for the Winnipeg Jets organization. Mark, appreciate your time. That is Mark Hillier, the Director of Amateur Scouting for the Jets. Another thing to be excited about is the drop, something coming up on Oilers Plus. Check it out.
Jeff?
Yeah. Okay. After this, we got a deal we talked about for him to get.
Yeah.
Just to maybe update, is there anything in the hopper that we haven't heard about yet, or anything more?
No. I mean, basically, we've agreed to a 1-year deal, obviously, with Connor Brown. We're just working on finalizing the contract.
You want to talk to Brownie?
Yeah, text me his number. We'll call him.
All right. Good. He's excited.
Okay. We are too.
Are you excited?
I'm excited. I don't like all that bonus money, but I'm excited to get the player.
It was obviously a difficult process. I wasn't sure how it was going to, transpire as far as, what kind of term and what kind of situation I was going to get into. And, when it became obvious that it was going to be a short-term deal, that I wanted to be in the best possible place to play and with the, the best team. And this is what I view as that. And the situation that they're in here, knocking at the door, trying to win a championship, is something I want to be a part of, and it's exciting.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I'll text you the number.
Thank you. Thanks, Jeff. Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Well, good work. Got it. That's the one we needed. That's a good player. It's gonna help us get better.
We know that there are bonuses attached to Connor Brown's contract, and I just wondered how you kind of find that balance between, obviously you're trying to make the good team as good as you can for this coming year, but those bonuses could or will kick in to the following cap. So how are you kind of trying to find that balance?
I'm spending. We're trying to win now. It's a $4 million contract, so you get $3.225 million after 10 games played. Okay. And it all goes on the next year's cap. So it's going to really affect the team next year. Yeah.
We anticipate he'll be a great fit for us. Lots of relationships in our locker room already, and has had a great career, and we think he'll be a really good fit for us.
You look at who they have here now, obviously Connor and Leon, but I know a lot of the other guys with Nursey and Hyman and Nuge, and the list goes on and on. I think that the team is just getting better and better, and I feel like I couldn't be joining at a better time.
Jay Woodcroft and I talked to Connor earlier today. He's very excited. We're very excited to add him to our team.
Yeah, it's Connor.
Yeah, it's Ken Holland. How you doing? I'm here with Jay Woodcroft in Edmonton.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Good, yeah, so are we.
The two guys that I know the best coming in here would be Connor and Hyman, and I've played with a lot of guys over my career, and the level of dedication that those two guys have to the game and to their craft, and that's the type of environment I want to be involved in, and I think that's a winning culture, and so that's why I'm so excited to get here.
We kind of look at you as similar to Zach Hyman, a guy that's going to come here and have an opportunity to kind of explode. Got an opportunity in the top six. You kill penalties. You play 200 feet. You hate to lose. I asked Connor McDavid, do you love to win or hate to lose? He says he hates to lose. So love to bring a guy like that on board. How's everything going with your health? Are you skating?
Coming off that injury, is there any concern, because he missed the entire season last year and it's pretty major surgery?
My expectation is going to take him a little while to get going. I think we're going to have to be patient with him. I don't think you're going to hit the ice on game one and you're going to be the same guy that you were last year.
It was painful watching all year. I'm a guy who loves the game and I love to play, so I'm just chomping at the bit to get her going.
Once he's up and running, I know he's going to have a real impact on our team. I would expect it might take him a little bit to get up and running.
After coming off a full season, I want to feel like I'm getting better and better and better. I think it would be unrealistic for me to think that I'm going to be coming out firing on all cylinders when I haven't played in a full calendar year. And so I think for me, my goal is getting better and better as the season goes on, and down the stretch, play my best hockey.
8 months out of surgery today, so by October I'll be 11 months out, so we'll be good to go. But it's getting better and better. There's been no setbacks. Everything's going well.
To play on a team like this that's pushing hard and help myself reestablish myself after what was a tough year, playing 4 games last season. I think it's just a good fit.
I've watched you enough over the years and have an understanding of what you can bring to the table, but more than anything, I just wanted you to hear the excitement in our voices to add not only a quality player, but a quality person to our group.
He's coming off a tough injury. He's very optimistic. He'll be ready to go for training camp and ready to go for the season. I know he's excited, and I think he's going to be a great fit for our team. What number would you like, or give me what's your first choice on number?
Is 28 still available there?
28? Let me check. Okay, thanks, Connor. We're excited. Look forward to seeing you here in September.
Okay, I'm excited too. See you guys soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Listen up, Manitoba. Ticket membership packages for the 2023-24 Manitoba Moose season are on sale now. Never miss a game with our full season package. Hit all the most exciting promo games of the year with a 12-game mini pack, or watch Moose hockey on your schedule with the 10-game flex pack. Don't miss your chance to make memories with the Manitoba Moose for the 2023-24 season. For more information, visit moosehockey.com/packages.
Let's take a look at the second period highlights. A couple of goals in that period, both off the sticks of Edmonton Oilers, and it is a redirect in front, and it's Jake Sloan. Nifty hands in front. Boa Key throwing that puck there, and there's the redirect as Sloan was left in all alone in front of Dominic DiVincentis. That tied the game at the 1. That was early in the second period, and then great chance here from the Winnipeg Jets. Daniel Torgerson on the power play. Nikita Chibrikov finding him off to the side. Nice save in front. Some nice work down low by the Edmonton Oilers leads to their second goal. And it's Sloan again as he comes into your picture from the right side and slides in the loose puck. Sloan with 2 goals in this period, and that is why the Edmonton Oilers lead 2-1 after 40 minutes as he gets away from Elias Salamonson on the boards. And then great chance to close things out. Dominic DiVincentis, who's been the busier of the two, and Boa Key. Look, the nifty play then. That's the best save. Up Berglund. Blocker stop there from DiVincentis. 21-12, the shots on goal. And my goodness, 7th round pick of the Jets. And there you see the goals at 1:38 of the second and 11:57, both from Sloan. 2-1 Oilers.
Jake Sloan from Leduc with a couple of goals for Edmonton in that period, giving a 2-1 lead after 40. Oilers on the power play. Jamie, to start this one off. Minute 2 left to go in that penalty to Artemi Knaizev.
Oh, Winnipeg, if they lose this hockey game, they're going to look right at the man advantage. They're 0 for 4 so far this afternoon. Edmonton going on their 3rd man advantage of the day. We got to be at night now. No.
Are we night? Well, we're getting there. We got a game after this, too. Oh, you and I don't. We're just hanging out.
A long time ago when I hosted Flames games, John Garrett gave it to me because I kept saying, this tonight. And it was an afternoon game in St. Paul. Oof. Cheech. Let's go to the film, Jamie.
Let's. All right, we're underway here in the 3rd. Akey starting it up. That gets broken up. Nikinen's in there. Some work on the penalty kill. Akey to Petrov. Petrov back to Savoy. He'll go after it himself. He gets taken out and into the net. DiVincentis got taken out as well. There'll be interference penalty coming up against the Jets. So Oilers get a 5-on-3 for 30 seconds.
If there's going to be anybody on this Oilers squad that's going to need some ice bags afterwards, it's Carter Savoy. He's taken a couple big hits and got tied up there and went hard into the net. Dominic DiVincentis getting it out of the way at the last second. That's Salamonson getting the call. So for 30 seconds, the Oilers will work the 5-on-3 and look to take a 3-1 lead.
DiVincentis about to be leaned upon for a save or two.
Big face-off here for Danny Zilkin.
Up against Carl Berglund. As they tie up, it's in skates. Near the blue line, kept in by Petrov. To Akey. Back to Petrov. Matvei Petrov across to Bourgault. Bourgault to Petrov. Will shoot, miss on the short side. Akey's going to keep it in. 5-on-3 just about done. Savoy to Petrov. It's now 5-on-4. Pass out. Akey shoots, scores! Bo Akey slips in from the point. It's a power play goal, and the Oilers are up 3-1.
Well, that will clear out the power play of the penalty box as Salamonson comes off. And it was Knaizev, could not get back in time. As Edmonton moved that puck around quickly behind the boards, and then to Bo Akey, who's had some good looks in this one, and he wires that one over the shoulder of Dominic DiVincentis for a 3-1 lead. And the Oilers had the first power play goal of this hockey game. And not many goaltenders are going to be able to stop that as he tees that up right at the faceoff dot.
Puck brought in, it comes across to Lucius. Checked on the play, cleared out. Bernard got it all the way down. That's icing against Edmonton.
I believe Matvei Petrov will get an assist on that. Keep in mind, Petrov, a teammate of Dominic DiVincentis in North Bay. He had 93 points, 65 games last year. The Oilers onto something with him as well.
40 goals the year before.
6'2", 195, big kid.
6th round pick in 21 for Edmonton. Petrov undoubtedly will play in Bakersfield this year as the puck goes to the front of the Oiler net. Chase on. Get across to Bernard. Now to get that out. Pass for Stonehouse. As Linden just missed him with it. Lucius will bring it in. Shoot it, but that's off a stick. Lucius takes a stick up high from Bernard. That'd be a penalty against Edmonton.
It's the second penalty that Chaz Lucius has drawn here in this hockey game this afternoon. And no better checking to see if there's any blood. It'll just be 2 minutes. So the Jets, who were 0 for 4, trying to do what Edmonton just did moments ago in this third period, getting a power play goal. And cross check to the face from Bernard. Some big boys in this Oiler blue line. 6'3", 205, Xavier Bernard.
Spent time in the American League last year and the ECHL as the puck goes to Warner off the draw. Up to Berglund. Now to Bourgault. Bourgault with a nifty little move to the front of the net. And DiVincentis keeps it out. Lambert to Golder. Zilkin. Now to Ford. Akey is able to push him off of it. And the puck gets to the corner. Still got it tied up. Savoy and Petrov on the goal, on the assist. And the goal by Akey as that's cleared off the glass and it goes out of play. Minute 19 to go in the power play for Winnipeg.
Jets will change up their personnel for the latter half of this power play, and it is. And Carter Savoy deserves that assist. He's had a good game tonight. He's been involved, had opportunities, and nice setup to Bo Akey to make this a 3-1 hockey game.
Gansky off the boards and down the ice. DiVincentis could set that up. Salamonson. Now up to Lucius. Lucius pass, that's taken away. Tullio will get it all the way down. Salamonson. To Lucius. Lucius will go into the corner. Gansky trying to protect it. Lucius gets it loose. Only for a moment. Gansky again. That long reach. Gets it down the ice.
Mark Hillier just thrilled to have a healthy Chaz Lucius this time around. You're starting to see why they selected him in the first round, that skill that he has. And the most important thing is he's healthy and ready to go and has that confidence.
Ford wedged along the boards by Johnson.
Accidental high stick there from Johnson to the face of Parker Ford.
Penalty just about done. As it gets dropped off. Puck brought out by Lundmark. Bernard back out onto the ice. Jets 0 for 5 on the power play. Sent out past Lundmark. Kuzman to Lundmark. To the Edmonton line. Caron will fly in after it and behind the net. Runs into Warner. Pass off a stick. Comes back to the point. That shot doesn't get through. Tournier couldn't get it through. Sent out and down the ice by Chason. That'll be icing against Edmonton. So the Oilers able to kill off that power play by the Jets. Oilers done a good job of limiting shots on goal. To this point, Winnipeg only with 13.
A lot of things to the outside, and Winnipeg trying to throw out their big fourth line, get some bodies thrown around. Shortest player on that fourth line, 6'2". Got Jacob Julian, who is 6'4". Henry Niikanen, 6'4". Thomas Caron, 6'2".
Johnson got up through center ice, off the stick of Chason. I'll go into there. Tournier lost the stick. Goes back to the point. Warner. Right in behind the net. Chase on after it. Sent up the 4 to the Jets. He'll get it out. Puck gets dropped. Torgensen, his shot, and that was directed wide. Savoy trying to get it out. Zilkin's going to keep it in. Torgerson, his shot, and a pad save made by Day. Warner. Round to Bernard. It'll get up to the line. It's kept in. Cross ice pass. Picked off. Savoy. Now past Salamonson. Across to Linden. He'll shoot it in. Bauer on the end boards for the Jets. Takes a hit. Try the wraparound, but DiVincentis is able to cover that up.
Jaden Grube and Tyrell Bauer are mixing it up behind the net. Here's what I was telling you about the line of the night. Read this in the fine newspaper known as the Edmonton Journal. Oilers' best addition from Red Deer since Cam Moon.
Okay. That's enough.
Since they stole Cam Moon, I believe was the full line. I just didn't have enough room in my
I don't
notes.
believe that's completely
I've
accurate.
been dying to read that line.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. That feels good, hey? You got a lot of love.
Early in the day to start drinking.
There's a lot of wine around this area.
Yeah, it's true. We are in wine country. Puck sent up to the blue line, went off of Tullio, comes out. Miskey over to Gansky. Now to Petrov. His shot, DiVincentis with the save, but there was a rebound. Sent over into the corner. Behind the net to Tullio. To Petrov. His redirection to the middle, broken up by Lambert. Now to Ford. For Brad Lambert. Across through the middle. That one got knocked into the corner. Centering pass. That one taken away. Petrov will get it off the boards and out. Up to Tullio. Stick lifted by Barlow, but he stays with it. Oilers making changes. Tullio right up to the left wing, but that was it. Now taken away by Wright. He'll wrap it in front. Off a stick. Comes back to Wright. The blue line. Johnson, his snapshot off of Barlow. Sloan got that to the middle. It goes to the point. Johnson over to Wright. His shot blocked. Ford will bring it out. Ford able to shoot it in. Dale set it. Can leave it for Akey. Just about lost that to Golder. Almost put it off a day. Off the glass. Puck cleared. As Johnson got it out to the neutral zone. DeYoung battles along the boards with Tournier. Comes back to Johnson. Center, Akey, he'll bring it in. That's offside against the Oilers.
One thing I've seen from Nikita Chibrikov, we haven't, a couple of flashes that off offensive flair, but he hasn't shied away from the physical side of the game either. So he worked out this summer in Toronto. Of course, Danny Zilkin was there as well and providing some company. Of course, Chibrikov working on his English. Said he watched a lot of movies. Been working on his English all summer. It's pretty good.
He was part of the Chip video, wasn't he? Did I see him on the
Yes.
Chip video? Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought so. I thought his English was very good.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Imagine you and I going over to Russia and learning Russian.
No, that would be incredibly difficult.
Yeah, they would never come to us, media-wise.
Yeah, true. That gets stolen. Puck goes to Bourgault. Will shoot. Miss on the short side. Savoy to Bernard. His shot blockered away. DiVincentis got it up into the air. Warner in from the point. Kept it in. Goes to Berglund. Through the middle, but Nikita takes it away for the Jets. Now to Julian. He'll try to drive to the net, and the one-hander goes wide. Warner out to Stonehouse. Stonehouse will dump it in. Salamonson. As it comes to center ice, dumped in by Julian. Miskey Behind the Edmonton goal. Pekansky, just a little move. Go across to Linden. Linden holding it up against the boards. Stonehouse get dumped down. Penalty coming up. I think on Stonehouse getting dumped to the ice. And yes, the Oilers will go on their 5th power play.
Salamonson going to go to the box for the second time this afternoon, and Teller's a little frustrated with that. That was a cross check. So Edmonton has 1 power play goal here this afternoon. We'll go to work one more time. And it was quick puck movement. And it was, of course, it was a 5-on-3. Player was coming back in the play, and Edmonton took advantage of that. And this time just 5-on-4. And Winnipeg, for the most part, has kept things to the outside, blocked the middle of the ice while shorthanded. Will need to do so again. Don't want to go down 4-1.
Puck sent in behind the net. Gets rimmed around the boards by Kuzmin all the way down. Day will set it up. Warner. The last 3 full seasons with the Moose Jaw Warriors. Just lost that to Torgerson. Oilers able to recover. Savoy will drop it for Warner. Warner to Savoy. Across to Petrov, to Savoy, to Berglund. To Savoy. To the point for Petrov. Cross ice, Savoy. He'll shoot, miss on the short side. Puck cleared out, hit somebody at the Jets bench with 1:17 to go in the man advantage for Edmonton.
Kanayazev was just making his way over the boards, and it was his stick that the puck hit, or else Edmonton would be retreating and getting the puck and setting things up instead of having the face-off in Winnipeg's end of the ice. It'll be Henry Nikkanen taking a big face-off here again. He's taken a lot of them here this afternoon.
They tie up. The puck gets to the high slot. Tullio up against the boards with it. Squeezes it loose. Gets to the middle. It's hammered all the way down. Johnson will start up with 55 seconds to go in this man advantage for Edmonton. To Stonehouse. Now to Chase on. He's going to try and split the D. That's chopped away from him. Grube after it. Around to Stonehouse. He'll get it across. Tullio wires that on net. DiVincentis with the save as Ty Tullio's got a pretty hard shot. And he let that one rip off the right wing.
How about the feed there for Stonehouse right through the middle part, through the seam. Good read on the play and quick snapshot. DiVincentis with the body right in front of him, holding onto that puck.
No rebound.
Nothing to work with.
Grube against Zilkin. Puck cranked around the boards all the way down the ice. As Turnier gets it down. Warner to Stonehouse. Had a chase on. That's offside. Jets doing a good job holding up the blue line.
There was no space over there, and forcing that extra pass was through the Oilers offside. And you can tell Mark Morrison realizes they need some offense. Colby Barlow, Danny Zilkin. Zilkin has been killing penalties tonight, but Colby Barlow, you need a goal and you need it soon. That's the right guy to throw out there.
Warner starting up for the Oilers. Drops it off to Chase on across the blue line. Just came out off the heel of the stick of Akey. Penalty just about over. Salamonson poised to come back out onto the ice. As he does come out, Oilers 1 for 5 with the man advantage. Puck turned over at the blue line. I guess they say that came out. And we get the offside call against Edmonton. We got 9:02 to go in the third. Oilers leading Winnipeg 3-1 here at the South Okanagan Event Center. It's the Young Stars Classic in Penticton. We'll be right back.
Walking right in, slap shot. Now Connor shoots, stop, rebound,
Listen up, Manitoba. Ticket membership packages for the 2023-24 Manitoba Moose season are on sale now. Never miss a game with our full season package. Hit all the most exciting promo games of the year with a 12-game mini pack, or watch Moose hockey on your schedule with the 10-game flex pack. Don't miss your chance to make memories with the Manitoba Moose for the 2023-24 season. For more information, visit moosehockey.com/packages.
Colin Chalk running the bench for the Edmonton Oilers, the head coach of the Bakersfield Condors. Oilers with a 3-1 lead on Winnipeg. We're here in the third period. It's Cam Moon. It's Jamie Thomas. And we're very pleased to be bringing you the action from the South Okanagan Event Center here at the Young Stars Classic. Jets have been hard-pressed to get shots through. I know goaltender Nathan Day in goal for the Oilers here this afternoon has not been tested a lot.
No, and it almost led to it did help out that first goal. He just didn't seem settled right and set at that time, because there had been a lot of action in the Jets' end of the ice, and closing part of that first period, they sneak one by him. But to his credit, he's bounced back and shut the Jets out the rest of the way so far.
I went over to the old rink yesterday just to check it out.
The Memorial Arena.
Yeah, the old Memorial Arena. It's right by the South Okanagan Event Center. A lot of history in that building.
I went to Okanagan Hockey School there.
Way back in the day, as did
Keith
I.
Gretzky taught me body checking, but go on with your story.
Wow, I'm going to point that out to Keith later, because he is here. I love the history of whether it be the Vs, the Panthers, the Knights, the Broncos, as that gets iced into the Oiler end. The junior teams that have been here in Penticton, or the Vs, the senior team that went over and won a world championship. There's a rich history of hockey here in Penticton, and that building absolutely oozes that history, and I love it.
Yeah, most times the best part is the memories that come from it, the history the players have gone through. I always remember Andy Moog is playing for Penticton a long time ago when I was a young man.
Before he went to the Western Hockey League with the Billings Bighorns.
Speaking of history,
there's some history right there.
And he turned out to be a not bad goaltender.
Yeah, he was pretty good. DeYoung off the draw. Look at it. Oh, quick shot there by Wright. Wide of the net. Gansky will keep it in. DeYoung looking for it. It comes up to the blue line. Miskey keeping it inside that Jet zone. Caron will get it out. Lost an edge, though. Wright ties up, gets the puck. Angle shot. Divinchentis with the save. Salamanca up to Caron. To center, but turned right back in. DeYoung drops it. Right shot blocked by Caron. Julian will get it out for Winnipeg. Ice in the call against the Jets.
How about Caron just dropping a knee and blocking that shot? That is a bad place. But taking one for the team, making sure that puck doesn't get through. And Oilers really pushing right now to extend their lead, and that's a key play there from Caron.
Nikkanen and Grube in the face-off circle. We'll go to Petrov. We'll take a snapshot. Tipped out of play. Tullio was in the slot area. He was tied up with Terrell Bauer.
You know, those guys that score goals for a living, those are the types of players will take that shot.
Yeah.
If I sneak it through. Goes top corner, and he looks like a genius.
Because if you get it through, it's difficult for the netminder to see it through that traffic. You got to pick it up late. Hope for the best. Ooh, that's straight out. That go off a stick, or is Tournier going to the box? Yeah, it's going to be a penalty. I thought it was straight out.
He's pressured. He's arguing, but to no avail. And so Edmonton still with that 2-goal lead with 7:56 to go. Tournier not happy about it. There goes the box. And See if Dominic DiVincentis and the Winnipeg Jet penalty killers can go to work one more time and keep them within striking distance.
6 power play for Edmonton. They're 1 for 5. Berglund to take the draw against Silken. Savoy's able to dig it out of all the skates. Carter Savoy to Akey. Now to Petrov. Petrov will shoot, miss on the short side. It's around the glass. Akey will keep it in. So Xavier Bourgault. Bourgault. Petrov to Akey. Got it to the corner. Berglund after it. Up against the boards. It'll bounce to the line where Akey kept it in. That's a head pass, though, up to Petrov.
We talked about throughout this broadcast about how tough it is for the power plays to get to work. Well, the best way to practice is have game action, and Edmonton's had a lot of that.
They got a lot of them, yeah. Well, 6 for Edmonton, 5 for Winnipeg. So both teams been able to work around some power play opportunities. Opportunity for the coaches, for management to see those players in those positions, and the PK. Stonehouse to Warner. Up to the line, but that's it. Lambert will wind it up, shorthanded. Lambert along the boards. It goes to Ford. Fanning on the shot was Bauer. Ford and Lambert after it. Swing it back to the point. Bauer had pulled to the middle, so it's going to go down the ice. Tullio's going to fly after for Edmonton. Salamonson to the line, kept it by Stonehouse. Stonehouse looking to the net. His shot, the save. DiVincentis gloves that out of the air. 46 seconds to go in the power play for the Oilers.
When you think about the penalties that Winnipeg has taken, and they've taken more than Edmonton, that's keeping Colby Barlow, Brad Lambert, Chaz Lucius off the ice, not allowing them to get in the rhythm of the game. I know they've had 4 power plays, but those are the guys you want out there when you're trailing in a hockey game.
Grube kicked out of the face-off circle. Stonehouse will take the draw. Stonehouse played with Ottawa 67s in the OHL last year. Deflected in front of the net by Grube, just wide. Stonehouse to Warner to Tullio. Now to Grube. Grube will take it to the left. It passed to the point, just directed out. Warner up to Tullio. That missed him. He'll be icing against Edmonton. 19 seconds to go in the man advantage.
Well, Grube down low in a battle with Kuzman. We know who's going to win that battle 9 times out of 10. So Kuzman trying to get the body position there, and not so Grube, just such a big body, hard to move. Body. Testament to Kuzman for not giving up, though.
Warner will go in behind his net. Now out through the middle. Try to dump it in. That couldn't get it through. Johnson across to Warner. To Johnson. Penalty done. Johnson on the right wing. To right. He'll shoot it off the blocker. DiVincentis got a piece. Johnson on the blue line. His shot. Tournier blocked it. Lucius. Up to Torgerson. It's hacked away from him. Puck brought in to Young. Will float it to the goal. Easy stop for DiVincentis. De Young. The hit there at Chibrikov. Cleared out, batted out of the air. Akey will get it in to DeYoung. Back to Akey, just missed the redirect. Barlow got the puck to center ice. Colby Barlow into the Oiler end. Colby Barlow, his pass to Lucius off a skate. Puck dumped in by DeYoung. Salamonson to Chibrikov. Throw the puck into the corner. Gansky ties up with Chibrikov. A little battle in there. Miskey up the right wing as the Oilers come out. 3-on-1. Stonehouse across. Chase on to Stonehouse. His shot and a save by DiVincentis. As the Oilers with a 3-on-1 opportunity. That goes offside at the Oiler blue line. What an opportunity for Edmonton.
Could almost claim overpassing.
Yeah.
Edmonton has had plenty of odd man rushes and not much coming out of it. So here's that extra pass, and then your Stonehouse is not in a scoring position there at all.
Great play by Lambert to come back. He put back pressure to make that more difficult.
That's what they've done. They have given up the odd man rush, but they've recovered nicely throughout the afternoon to not give up too much.
Savoy into the Jets zone. Taken up against the boards. Tournier got it around. Bernard had pinched in and just poked off the stick of Bourgault. It comes out. Water will recover into his own end. Around to Savoy. The puck comes out. Knaizev over center ice. Shoots it in. Savoy to get to center ice. Rolls it in as Knaizev. Down his own end to Julian. Up to the Oiler blue line. Zilkin had it taken away. Petrov into the Jet zone. To the middle. To Akey. Spins it off the boards. A shot off a leg that goes wide. Lundmark. He'll just get it out. Johnson able to shoot it in as we're coming up to 3 minutes left here in the third. Oilers up 3-1 on the Jets. Game 1 of the Young Stars Classic. We're at the South Okanagan Event Center in Penticton. Petrov. Around on the right wing point for Bernard. Got that puck low as Grube up against the boards for Edmonton. Trying to work this thing free. Tullio's in there as well. Pressured by Lundmark.
Blow the whistle.
Yeah, the referee would love for them to move it. Hey, we all would. Lambert will bring it out. Set up at the line. Goaltender going to the bench for the extra attacker. Lambert at his pocket picked by Tullio. He's got an empty net, but he got tripped. The puck rolled into the Jet zone. Penalty coming up to Winnipeg with 2:11 to go in the third, and the Oilers up by a couple.
Lambert, a little frustrated, got his pocket picked and retaliates with the penalty in the neutral zone, and that'll cut into any opportunity likely of a comeback here as DiVincentis comes back to his net. And opportunity squashed.
Pulled the goalie early there. Hey, they were. I love it. They're playing a win.
Yeah, well, analytics.
Yeah. Why not? Hey, why not?
Just 14 shots on goal. You got to try something.
Exactly. I got this as the Oilers' 7th power play, 1 for 6 so far. But I could have lost track a long time ago, so I don't know. That's my best guess. Akey to Savoy. Savoy back to Akey. Now over to Johnson. To Akey, to Savoy. One-time shot. DiVincentis, nice save. Penalty coming up. Stick came up. Hit Berglund, caught him up high, so could be another penalty against the Jets.
Ty Bauer battling with Berglund in front of the net, and the stick catches the Oiler forward in the face. Second time this afternoon or this evening. The Jets will be 2 men short. Bauer's just trying to clear the body in front of the net, and Stick rides up into the face of Berglund.
Not malicious. So the Oiler power play will get a little more work. Bo Akey has been impressive so far for Edmonton. He's got a goal and an assist in this game. Jake Sloan with a pair of goals for Edmonton. Bourgault, Levis has the goal for Winnipeg. Petrov. Waiting. Give it to Bourgault. Back to Petrov. Out of Akey. To Petrov. Petrov, side of the net. Bourgault. Spin it in front of the net. Swept over near the point. Petrov. Pass. Now batted towards the net. DiVincentis, nice save. He held on to it. That was a redirect, like a broken play in front of the net that was chopped towards the goal, and DiVincentis, he had to be sharp to make that save.
Follow the bouncing puck, and DiVincentis found it as it worked its way through. It was a good stick in the lane there from Henry Niekkonen. And it finds its way to the Jet goaltender. Minute 19 left.
Berglund got a piece of that as it was going towards the net.
It's good hand-eye coordination again.
It's a good save. Oilers get control. Bourgault up against the boards. It gets to the middle, comes free, and Berglund back to the point from Petrov. And a Bourgault. We're in the last minute here in the third. Oilers up by a couple. Bourgault to Savoy. Back to Bourgault. Now to Akey. To Savoy. To Petrov. Petrov will shoot. Pad save. DiVincentis. Bourgault to Petrov in front of the net. That doesn't quite connect as Savoy was looking for it. Xavier Bourgault to Petrov. One-timer. Nice stop made by DiVincentis. Sliding across. Now another shot. Another stop. DiVincentis did shovel down the ice.
A literal shooting gallery here at the Winnipeg Jets of the ice. And DiVincentis absolutely robbing his North Bay teammate Petrov. And then another one after that.
Whew. You can see why he got his team to the third round of the playoffs last year in the OHLs. This one comes to a close. Edmonton will win it 3-1. Couple of big saves at the end on 5-on-3 opportunity for Edmonton.
Well, the Jets will go back to the drawing board and work on some discipline and try and stay out of the penalty box for their next game, which will come against the Vancouver Canucks on Sunday.
Jake Sloan had a pair for Edmonton. Bo Akey also scores for the Oilers. Connor Levis had the goal for Winnipeg. 3-1 the final. The Oilers over the Jets. It was game one of the Young Stars Classic here at the South Okanagan Event Center. Flames, Canucks, that's coming up at 7. Good way to get her going, though. Eh?
Nice to be working with you again, Cam, and a pleasure.
Always good to see you.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll see. We're going to stay here and watch this next game coming up at 7:30. It'll be the Flames and Oilers. Oilers' next game coming up tomorrow at 7:30 Pacific time.
True enough. I am going to crush some popcorn.
I'm going to watch you do it.
Absolutely, I am going to hammer some popcorn. That you can bet on. It was a pleasure bringing you the game here this afternoon. Edmonton Oilers and the Winnipeg Jets. It's a great way to get this thing started. So finally, hockey back. Yeah, it's beautiful outside. Absolutely. But there's no place I'd rather be than in a rink. And Jets and the Oilers, game one of this Young Stars Classic. 3-1, the Oilers defeat the Jets. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon. Cam Moon and Jamie Thomas bidding you farewell. Next game coming up, the Canucks and the Flames. Thanks very much.
Work on some discipline, try and stay out of the penalty box for the next